Welcome back to the R.D.C. show. Richard,
Dirt,
White,
Chris.
special guest Mike sitting in again.
right again.
All right, I got I usually go straight political. But
First of all, we missed a week, so sorry. We might overindulge this week for you guys, just to let you guys know. So
yeah, we weren't here last week. That was our fault.
Yeah.
We took a week off.
yeah, some things
We'll
to
be
do.
back. So sorry to any viewers that watch us normally. But we're
Gotta
gonna
put
try to
that
make
out
up for
there.
it this week.
Yeah.
I was gonna come out this week and talk about the Republican convention, but whoop-de-doo, or the Democratic convention, but that's old news now because we missed that last week, and everybody knows. The only thing I'll say about that is Joe Biden. What in the fuck were you trying to say? Okay, let's move on. I guess what I'm gonna hit you guys with this week, a little different. With all the earthquakes that have been going on around the world, if you studied over the last 2 years and paid attention, there's been major ones everywhere. With all the fuck America, whatever going on overseas right now, with all the jihading and all the crazy turmoil around the world, are we in the end of days? That is a question that I put upon you today.
That's a deep question, man.
Because I've been studying shit. People, you might tell me I'm crazy, but I've been watching and monitoring earthquakes and shit like that. I'm not a religious person. I don't believe in all that hooey-wooey. But the Bible, if you believe in the Bible and you look at what's been going on with the earthquakes, the turmoil, the upheaval, and all that stuff, you would definitely say, and there's a religious, Mike might know more about this than me. A religious man that I delivered parts to told me earlier this year, when you can't tell what season it is, it's the end of time, according to the book.
That's all part of it, and the thing is,
how many times this year though did it feel like winter one day, summer the next, and then winter again, then kind of fallish, and then back?
Yeah, we
this
didn't
summer,
have a spring.
And we have a spring, a
We
summer,
didn't have
or a
spring this
winter.
year.
well, okay,
It's all
We
mixed
had a
together.
summer. We definitely had a summer.
drought.
The droughts.
Yeah, we had a drought.
Okay, you're getting a lot more earthquakes, and like you said, I mean, some people go, well, that's because they weren't reporting them from other countries, yada yada. No, it's factual. You get
There's a lot more earthquakes.
Is that
You got
supposed
the
to be
tornadoes.
Revelations?
The thing about it
Is it at Revelations? It's supposed to be, or what?
If you believe in the Bible, then and you believe in the entirety of it, you got to accept the fact that the apocalypse is going to happen. Now, whether we're arrogant enough to believe that would never happen in our time, I don't know. I think it could happen at any time.
It could happen at any time.
But the signs are showing definitely that things are
Well,
going
the
to
other thing that guy told me about the Bible said was about the technology. Technology will increase. I forget the word he said the Bible said, but the technology basically would increase massively. And over the last 10 years, technology has taken massive leaps forward.
Fire from the sky could very well be the nuclear thing. And when you're dealing with countries, that are fairly unstable, that have weaponry like that,
Right.
that have no problem of going, okay, well, our main mission is to make sure they are no longer here.
But see, all of this could be subconsciously put in my mind because of all the crap from the Mayans saying the end of the world was coming in 2012, and you look at it, you see everything that's going on. But what if it's just coincidences? Yeah. What if it's just shit happening all over the place?
Well, then it makes for interesting conversation.
What if that was just the year they stopped doing it? Because it was just like a constant thing.
Well, I mean, the earthquakes, what if they're not connected? But I think they are. And I think California is going to get, or somewhere in America is going to get hit.
Well, that, and when the end of times comes and stuff, it's all supposed to start in the Middle East.
Well, look at
that.
this.
That's where it's supposed to.
Do you think that's where it's going to end? By the way, I say, if they want to keep saying death to America and killing their people, the world needs a lot of glass. That's all I'm saying.
There you go.
Make some glass.
Yeah, that's done by what? Sand and extensive.
I know people might say that's cruel,
Exactly.
but those people are never going to change their minds.
Never.
They will kill their own children to prove the fucking point.
For no reason.
They are crazy.
And that's been going on since
the beginning of time.
Yeah, or
they have done
the
this
Bible.
over there.
Yeah.
Which is like the earliest written thing, other than what is like a Babylonian or Sumatran.
Freedom might be the worst thing for people like that.
Oh, yeah,
Giving those kind of people freedom,
Absolutely.
maybe they were better with dictators. You might tell me that I'm cruel and harsh, but maybe those people were better with dictators because once you gave them freedom, now they are crazy. I mean, it's only going to get worse. I mean, it's not coincidental that all this stuff happens on the 11th anniversary of 9/11.
Well,
You know,
I don't know about numbers and all that. What I'd say that the date is insignificant as far as that really goes. You know, your end of days thing, talking about that. Now you can look at that, and there's evidence to support that it's both just normal fluctuation in the way the Earth operates, where there's a. There used to be dinosaurs walking on the Earth, so if things didn't change here, over time, then there'd still be dinosaurs walking around, and we wouldn't be here.
Right.
But so it's
Or
a
both.
it's a fact that
Or
there are
both,
changes,
maybe.
right? But you could say, if you wanted to look at it in a biblical sense, the fact that we've disrupted so many migration patterns of other animals, like we've disrupted their migration pattern, or
not only
fucking
disrupted
totally
It's not our
wiped it
fault
out.
for that.
Yeah,
You
it
can't
is.
blame that
Yes, it
on
is.
us for that,
When
dude.
you dam up a river and salmon can't
Derek,
get up to
you
where
just
they used to
watched-
spawn
you just
and they're
watched
frozen.
Gaslight.
I understand that.
You just
I
watched
understand
Gaslight.
that. But there's better ways
Can you
of
not-
doing
can you
things.
not
you know,
blame
it's
that?
everywhere.
Dude, we
Can-
are destructive.
can you
in
not
a
I
way
blame-
that-
would rather have like a windmill, like going through the water, using that
but
shit
look,
type
dude,
thing.
you just watched
All day long.
Gasland.
I
Who
know.
are you going to blame that on? The animals for doing that? No, humans do that. Humans
that
do
shit
it. That's
on
what Christopher's
fucking
saying. The
animals.
humans
Well,
do
There's
this shit.
Instead
a
of
lot
being-
of species of
understand
animals
that.
that were on the face of the earth that
Understand that.
lived in harmony and balance with nature for eons, for thousands upon thousands of years. They did the
Blame
same thing,
yourself then.
and
I'm
they
not
were
blaming
from-
myself
well,
for that shit.
No, we don't blame yourself, but we blame humanity.
No, I'm
Humanity
saying that
does
that's-
it.
Some humanity, yes.
Well, we were supposed- we were-
I'm not saying you
If you wanna-
personally had anything to do with
If
that.
you want to,
Why did you kill all the buffalo? Why? Why did you do it?
I had to. I
You wanted
had
the
to.
nutsack for the coin.
He was just talking about his muzzle loader earlier.
exactly, dude.
He was
I had
talking
one
about
shot,
a
dude.
muzzle loader.
That shit
Yeah.
had to shoot it.
Okay, but think about it.
He
you
was
know,
charging me.
We were, if you go in any direction, we were given stewardship of the earth and the creatures and the plants and everything that grow on it. Stewardship means you take care of it. It's for
Yeah,
your
yeah.
use. You can cultivate it, whatever. You take care of it. People have twisted that into going, God gave it to us to use at our discretion. It's like, well, not really at your discretion. You have to use it wisely. We haven't done that. Since man has been on for whatever is about his nature, it's like we use it, abuse it, scrape it. It doesn't matter because it's all for our purpose. And they've never up until recently go, oh wow, the idea that we're going to run out. Oh,
Mankind
shit.
is destructive
Now
as
what?
hell, man.
By the way,
and they're that way for God knows how long. It's
I will
not.
suggest a
Fracking
good
is
a good
ridiculous.
documentary. Watch Gasland. If you don't know what fracking is, watch Gasland. Because
Well, that's another topic, man. We don't need to be talking about that right
no,
now.
it could have something to do
Well, I
with
guess
the
it does,
time.
I mean,
Yeah.
people
They
want
start
to freak
fracking
out
everywhere,
and
boom.
stuff like that.
Right.
They're like, oh my god,
'Cause
my
it
life's
could
going
blow
to
up.
change. What the hell? Are we all going to eat vegetables and shit?
But look,
You could have that very thing right there that you got right there and be totally
computer?
yeah, and have every component in it built of something that isn't harmful to the earth and is sustainable.
The end of time-
The only reason we do it with that is because it's the only widely available product to
Right.
make it out of.
Right.
So
but the
It's
end of
cheap.
time
There's
could
still
easily
oil in
come.
it, though, isn't there?
Look, the end of time could easily
Everything's
come
made
from
out of
something
oil
that we
somehow.
can't control. It could be a meteor. It could be fucking Yellowstone exploding like
here's
they
my
say.
theory on
It could be.
on the
You ever
Mayan
see the
thing.
movie Knowing?
Here's what I think: if the
So-
planets really do align,
Damn.
then there'll be a force on the Earth that only happens every once in a while. I mean, think about it. You have all the gravitational of all the planets lined up at once against opposing the sun, passing by
Plus-
the Earth. So why wouldn't that pull us up? Couldn't that pull
Well,
us
you
apart?
know what's so scary about the
Or-
Mayan calendar, though? That when they do that and they show you how they all line up, they had this swirly thing up there that we had no idea was there till about 4 or 5 years
Milky
ago.
Way
It was a black hole.
in the Milky Way.
Yep, and the Milky Way. And it's going to be lined up with Earth, with Mars, with the Moon. But they had it on their calendar, and for years we had no idea what it was until we put the Hubble telescope and said, "Oh my God, there is a black
it's
hole
something
right
happening
there
about
where
to
they said
happen."
it is on their calendar."
And really, and
Now, isn't that how the hell did they know that back then?
Maybe
How?
they seen it. Maybe they seen it.
you know,
in the
there,
star.
there's no denying
Maybe.
that they're more advanced than a lot of individual races are like that. I mean, you can use the Egyptians, the Mayans, the Incans.
You know what I think happened to Atlantis, real quick? I think Atlantis started fracking. And then they hit a gas pump.
There you go.
And it was gone overnight. They said,
the fucking polar caps melted, dude, and it just got swallowed up by the ocean. We used to have more dry,
It just fell down.
It'll be like what Miami is now. It'll be soon, thousands of years later, they're like, there used to be an ancient city called Miami. Somewhere set to be right here.
I'll wait for California to break off and go into the ocean.
What do you guys think?
Island of California.
Sort of staying on the end of time theory, but with everything going on around the world, and it looks like the end of time is coming. It looks like it could be upon us, but it could just be a blink in the Earth's eye. But what do you think of everything going on overseas?
Prophets have been telling of the end of the Earth for.
But see, my point is, it's easy.
Forever.
It's easy to look back at history.
And it's never happened.
It's easy to look back at history and take someone's prediction and place it in time. You know what I mean? Like Nostradamus, you can sit there and he said all kinds of things, but I can sit here and tell you that there's going to be a huge earthquake in L.A. It might not happen for another 20 years. I'm going to be dead before it happens.
Yeah.
Somebody could put this video on and go, look, he said it was going to happen.
Yeah.
There's some
It's easy to place
stuff
stuff there. But is it real? Is it fake? Who knows?
Yeah.
Well, then
exactly.
ask the question this way: with everything that's going on, do you, in any kind of foreseeable future, say 1, 2, 4 years, anything being any better?
No.
And if it is, how in the hell did we get there? Because what's going on right now is shit that's out of our control.
Exactly.
That's stuff's only gonna escalate.
You got people fired up that are tired of us putting our nose in their shit and telling them how to run their business. They never liked us. They've dealt with us. They know what we're about. We've been phony with them before.
And we gave them all
it's
so
like
much
they
money.
know
So
we
much
want. We don't want to be
Well, just
friends
like-
with them. We want their
Yeah.
fucking oil.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. We want their oil. We'll act friendly here. We'll even give you weapons. How well did that work, selling weapons to Iran when we were being hated by Iraq? Oh my God. Now,
It goes back to the fact
now
that
Iran
the
hates us,
American
but Iraq
idiots.
likes us, so we'll give them weapons so those
How many
two can
times have we
fight.
betrayed
That worked real well
their
for us.
treaties? I mean,
Yeah.
that's the
Well,
way it's been forever.
we treated the Arab nations just like we treated the American.
But those
Indians.
people over there, they're never going to change. Those people that are that radical.
You got what
this
we
is another
want.
thing I wanted to
just gonna
say
hate
about
for
that.
no
We
reason.
were talking
Treaty
about
with
that.
It's gonna hate for no reason.
Like, you might identify yourselves, as American, you'd say you're probably close to what somebody might say a Christian is, right? You'd have those type of values. You shouldn't kill people. You shouldn't rape people. You shouldn't steal from people.
Well, that ain't Christian values.
Well,
That's
that's
just
what you're talking about.
That's
What's
human
practice.
value.
You're talking
right?
about what's practice and
No,
what you see.
human
people.
value, maybe.
It's human. That should be human nature,
Exactly.
not Christian nature.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, what we can't do is
Should
have those crazy ass right wing Christian people that run around with fucking machine guns promoting how they're God's soldiers and they're gonna kill all the non-Christians.
Right.
Run
right.
around. We don't want the whole world to define America
No.
as that group of people, right?
No,
We don't want everybody to believe that's
We're
how
just
Americans
cool,
feel,
man.
right? 'Cause
Chill,
that's one
man.
tiny
It's all
group
cool.
of people.
We
Well,
can
that's what
talk
you see
about
with
it.
these are the most radical Muslims among them, and they're shown to us as if that's how the entire population
Have you
is. And that's
watched-
not true.
Well, no, it's not true. But there is a lot of almost 80%
But that's
of
what
them
you
say
see.
that.
That's what's perceived. It's that you see the most radical Muslims, and they portray this, and they say that all Muslims act this way. When it's the most radical,
does make that
That's
shit
kind
look
of like
bad.
the
It does
common,
make
the
it look
common
bad.
American ain't like the politicians that run the son of a bitch.
It does make it look bad.
Just like over there, the common Muslim or whatever isn't really like the ones running the country. So it's like, the communists of the people are probably all the same. We don't want all this happy horse shit going on.
I think those
But the
people.
politics of it
I
is
think
like,
their
well,
life
that's-
over there sucks so mad that they just want to
that's
do
how
something.
you get fucking bombers.
They
you
just
get
wanna do
fucking,
something.
Who would be
the suicide bombers
who would-
because
who would be the
only
one
somebody
you-
in poverty would do that.
I mean, the thought that we ever really feared Russia so much to me always kind of like confused me. I mean, at a time I could understand it, but that Cold War thing got brought on for so long. It's like,
No, but
really,
see,
would we have done that?